Good morning, children. Hope you're all doing good. So, in the last class, we have seen the lesson called as the new blue dress, isn't it? So now we are going to look the second part of that. So just a little bit, we'll rewind the story of the new blue dress. So those who are seeing this video for the first time, they can know the story. There was a place called as Cleveland. Okay, in that Cleveland, there are so many streets. Out of them, we are going to learn about one particular street like that. And the name of the street is Gates Avenue. What's the name of the street? Gates Avenue. So this Gates Avenue was a dirty and ugly street because the people in that particular street did not even paint their houses. They did not repair their fences. Their gardens were dried up. And moreover, there was no running water, there was no pavement, or you can say footpath, there were no street lights, there was no proper roads, and moreover, there was a railroad at the end of the street, which added more railroad in the sense railway tracks. So they added more and more dust to that particular street. So all these things make sure that the Gates Avenue was a dirty street. There were some other streets beside Gates Avenue. They were all pretty good. They were all very good and they were all very, very neat. Okay, they painted their houses. They had some nice fences. They have gardens and all. And what's the reason behind Gates Avenue being so dirty? Because the people who live in Gates Avenue did not get much salaries, they did not get much payments, so they were satisfied with what they get. They never expected any more money also. So maybe because they are a little bit poor people, they did not even care to repair their houses or paint their houses and keep their street neat and clean. Now we'll switch on to the school. When you take a school, there will be so many children in the school, and all the children will come from different places. So there was a little girl who came from the Gates Avenue, and there are so many other girls and all other children who came from other streets near the Gates Avenue. So all the children, after the spring season has started, after the spring, they all came to the school, and all the children, they were wearing new dresses, pretty dresses. They were looking very pretty, they were looking very good, neatly dressed and all. But whereas the girl who came from Gates Avenue was very, very, very untidy. Her hair was untidy, her face was not washed, even the dress which she was wearing is also very, very, very dirty. So the teacher observed her and thought that, and she also remembered that it's the same dress she wore all the winter. Throughout the winter, she was only wearing this dress, and even now, when the school has started after holidays, the child was wearing the same dress. The teacher thought this might be the only dress the girl had. So she thought the same way, and then the teacher called that girl after the school was over. She called the child and said that, would you please wash your face tomorrow when you come to school? Next day, the teacher was waiting for the child, and the child has come. Her face was really very, very nice, and even her hair was tidy. She combed her hair, she washed her face and came to the school. So she was looking very, very, very pretty, but whereas the dress, still it was dirty. So the teacher told the child, now why don't you ask your mother to wash your dress tomorrow when you come to school? You please wear the washed dress. The child said, yes, teacher, I will do that. But next day, the teacher was expecting the child to come in a neat dress. But the tragedy is that the child again came in a same dress which was not washed. Maybe that was the only dress she had. And second thing is, maybe her mother is not at all interested to wash the dress. So the teacher was she was feeling pity towards or sympathy towards the child. So she called the child the next day and she gave her a new dress, a new blue dress into the hands of the child. The child was so happy. She took the new dress and she ran to the home because she wanted to show the new blue dress to her parents. So she ran home, she rushed home, and then what happened next? We are going to see now. Are you with me? Okay. The next morning, she came to school in the new blue dress. She was very clean and tidy. She told her teacher, "My mother couldn't believe her eyes when she saw me this morning in my new dress. My father wasn't at home, but he will see me at supper tonight." She was full of excitement. The next day, the girl has come to the school and now her face was washed, her hair was washed, and it was absolutely tidy, and she wore the new blue dress. And when she said to teacher that, "Teacher, when today morning when I wore this new dress, my mother could not believe her eyes. She could not believe her eyes, and moreover, my mother was really surprised to see me in my new blue dress, and she was not at all able to believe her eyes. And teacher, I really wanted to show this to my father also, but he was not there at home. So he will be back at supper. So definitely I will show him my new blue dress." So, and the child was fully excited. She has a strong feeling. So she was happy, very, very strong feeling of happiness. So excited. She was very, very excited. See, sometimes your father will buy you a new bicycle. So you will be very excited to show it to your friends tomorrow, isn't it? Isn't it? So maybe tomorrow there's your birthday and you have brought some new trendy dress and you want to show it to your friends. So today you'll be very, very excited. Or today you are receiving you passed a test and you received some prize and all. So you'll be taking the prize in the prayer tomorrow in the school. So you'll be very excited to show that prize to your parents. So all these words are nothing but you have a very, very strong feeling of happiness that you want to share. So she was very, very excited to show the dress to her father. When her father saw the new blue dress, and when her father saw her in the new blue dress, he was amazed to see that he had a very pretty little girl. When the family ate supper, he was even more amazed to see a cloth on the kitchen table. The family had never used a tablecloth before. "We are going to begin to be tidier here," his wife said. "I'm ashamed to be dirty when our daughter is so clean." So now it's a supper time. The girl might be very, very excited to show the dress to her father. At last her father has come. And he was shocked, he was surprised, he was filled with wonder looking at his daughter, because he never knew that he had such a pretty and a beautiful daughter. He was amazed to see her in the new dress. That's not the point here, but he never thought that he has that pretty daughter. So, and also he was surprised to see a cloth on the kitchen table. So they used to eat the food at the dining table, right? So we all do that sometimes. So whereas now the dining table never had a cloth before, but now it has a cloth on it. So the wife said to him, "See here, we are going to begin a tidier life now. So we are going to be more tidy than before. So we are going to be neat and clean, because I'm really ashamed to see our daughter is so clean, but we are not that clean. Our house is not that clean. So we are going to lead a tidy life from now." After supper, she started cleaning the kitchen floor. Her husband, he was watching her very, very silently, because she was watching the kitchen floor. He immediately went out and you know what he started? He started repairing the fence. The fence was broken. So in the first last class, we have seen that the fences were broken. Now he started repairing the fences. The next evening, with the help of the family, he started making a garden outside. So he started making the garden. He repaired the fence. The mother was cleaning the kitchen floor. They had a tablecloth, and all these things happened because of, yes, the new blue dress. During the following week, the man in the next house watched that his neighbor was doing. And by the end of the week, the man began to paint his house for the first time in 10 years. A few days later, the young minister of the church near Gates Avenue passed these two houses and saw two men working. For the first time, he noticed that there was no pavement on Gates Avenue, no street light, no running water. People who are trying so hard to make decent homes here deserve help. The minister thought. He asked some important citizens in the city to help them. So during the following week, the man who was living in the next house, maybe his neighbor, he saw what this girl's father is doing. This fellow is repairing the fences, is making his garden look neat and all. And this man, he went and started painting his house. For the first time in 10 years, he started painting his house. And a few days later, a church minister, he was passing by and he saw these two people working on their houses to keep their houses decent and clean and neat. And for the first time, he realized that the street doesn't have any pavement, proper footpath. There's no running water. There's no street light, whatnot. There's nothing. It's okay. I should do something for him, for the street who are really looking, are really making to look there. Street neat and clean, so I should help them. So he went to some important people and talked to them. They're saying that, see, the Gates Avenue street is really very dirty, we need to help them out, can you help them out? So they were positive and they gave a positive sign, and also they helped the Gates Avenue. And a few months later, after the young minister, he thought about the street. There was a pavement in the street now, so they built a footpath on the Gates Avenue, and there was a street light at the corner of the Gates Avenue, and all the houses had running water, tap water. So 6 months after the girl who got a new blue dress, the Gates Avenue has become a complete tidy place where respectable citizens lived. So exactly 6 months after the teacher has given her new blue dress, the whole Gates Avenue was completely changed. The Gates Avenue has completely changed. Now Gates Avenue is a place now where all the respectable persons lived. Okay, all the people, they really deserved that help. So when people in the other places, it has spread to the other places also. They heard the story of the Gates Avenue and they started to organize their own campaigns. They all started to go into the streets and say that, come on, we have to keep our streets neat and clean and tidy. So since 1913, since 1913, more than 7,000 towns and cities have organized campaigns for painting and repairing homes and making better lives for the people who live in them. Since 1913, you know how many cities? There is 7,000 towns and cities. They have taken the initiative to repair their houses, repair their fences, make the gardens, and keep their houses absolutely clean and perfect. Isn't it? All this happened. See, there's a great change in several towns and cities. All this happened because of what? Because of the new blue dress given by the teacher. So that really changed the life of the street called as Gates Avenue. Not only that, it changed the life of the 7,000 towns and cities. That is what happens when a teacher gave a child new blue dress. And no one knows what, if another child receives a new blue dress, what kind of change it might bring in the child's family or in the street or in the village or country. So this is what we have learned from the new blue dress. So tomorrow we'll try to learn the meanings, opposites, grammar and everything from this particular lesson. Until then, see you tomorrow. See you in the next class. Take care and bye.